Right, so today I'm going to start wet sanding and polishing back the Rust-Oleum roller paint job that I've done on the van. Now I've already done the bonnet just as a test panel. I'm quite happy with how this has come up. You can see the nice reflections coming out of that. No orange peel or anything, that's just a nice solid reflection. But if you compare that to a panel that hasn't been touched, you just see there's a total orange peel, there's no clear reflection at all or anything. So it all needs working back, all other than the bonnet. As I say, that's already done. There's a video on my channel already of how I did that. As I say, that was just a test panel, and that was done all in pretty much the equivalent of a day, using 1000 grit paper, 2000 grit paper, G3 polishing compound, G10 polishing compound, then normal just black wax polish just to give it a final protective coating. So now that's done, I've just got to do the entire rest of the van now. I won't get this all done in one day. Obviously this is going to be quite a long job. I've got a bulk pack of 1000 grit pads for the polisher, so I'll be using the polisher for 1000 grit going all the way around. Then I'm going to be using 2000 grit by hand, so that's probably going to take the longest. Then I'll be using the G3 and the G10 using the polisher again. I've already started just on the wings and the door there, but I didn't even get all the way flat. You can see where it's matte in areas, but you can still see some signs of black paint where it hasn't matted down, so that means that it's not actually flat. I could go to 2000, but now I'm starting properly. I'm going to go back over these panels with the 1000 again, just to make sure they're fully flat before I crack on with doing the rest. So, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you see it, it's time to get started. So I'm going to crack on, give the panels a wipe down, and start sanding them back. Right, so now I've finished going all the way around it with the machine polish with 1000 grit. I'm now just going to go over it with some 1200 grit paper, just with a natural block sander. I'm going to be using that to get in around anywhere where there's going around any bends or corners, anywhere where there's getting very close to a lip or a join on a panel, and along where you've got your actual bevels going inside the panel itself. Obviously you can't get in there with a machine polisher, so I'm going to be going along all of those now with 1200 grit paper, just with an actual sanding block. Little areas like that as well, like beneath the window, just because I couldn't get in with the actual machine polisher, so it's just little bits like that around the rail, around the arches themselves. I haven't done any of the arches with the machine polisher, because again, if you start going over the curves in the arch too much, it's just going to burn straight through the paint. So as I say, I'm going to take this nice and easy now with 1200 grit paper, just by hand, and then after that it's going to be ready for another go around with 2000 grit, then it's ready for polishing. So I'm just going to get a block loaded up with some paper and crack on again. Right, so now that's the van completely sanded down now. That's with 1000 grit paper on the machine polisher. Then after that I've gone round with 1200 grit by hand, just to do anywhere where I couldn't get in with the polisher, like around the window, around all the bevels, going around the flat panels, the cut-ins along the panels as well. So they've all been done by hand with 1200 grit paper. Everything else has been done with 1000 grit on the machine polisher. So that's pretty much everywhere now flattened back. I'm pretty happy with how it's now looking. I can't really see any sort of raised paintwork at all left, which will be an indication that you still need to do some flattening back. Everything's pretty much matte black now, which is how it should look after it's been flattened. So now I'm going to have to nip down the shop, get some 2000 grit paper and start the process all over again. That's going to be 2000 by hand this time though, all the way around. It's not going to be as labour intensive as the 1000, because obviously the 1000's already flattened it all back. The 2000's just going to be the smooth over the scratches that the 1000 leaves. So I'm going to try and nip out, get some 2000 grit, start cracking on with that by hand. Once that's done, then I'll be able to start the polishing process. So it's getting there, ever so slowly but surely. So there's stage 1 done, full wet sanding done. And so now we just need to get the 2000 grit and crack on with that. Right, so I've just been out and bought some 2000 grit really fine paper. So I'm about to start doing the second pass on the van. This is all going to be getting done by hand, just using a block with the 2000 paper. I'm not going to be using the machine on this. After this is done, then I'll be getting the machine out and doing it over with polish. So this is not going to be quite as intensive as the first one. It's all pretty much flat now. This is just going to be a case of taking out those scratches and get them ever so finer, just so the polish can then take those out. So I'm going to get set up, crack on, and start round number 2. Right, so I've finally finished the 2000 grit polishing. So that is now the van completely sanded down with 1000 grit using the machine polisher, then 2000 grit just all over by hand. I've been round and tidied up any of the little bits that I could see as well. So this is pretty much as flat as it's going to get, all the way around, including all the back doors as well. Everything's been done. And so it's all been done by hand with 2000 and 1000 with the machine polisher. So now that is all of the hand sanding of my Rust-Oleum roller paint job done. Now I've just got to crack on with the machine polisher, get some G3, G10, get it polished all the way around, then get some colour restorer on it, and hopefully I should have a nice gleaming, shining paint job by the time it's finished. So I'll probably be doing that on another video. So that is the sanding done. Check my channel, I'll be updating that all the time. There's going to be the polishing video to do, that'll be coming on soon. So do keep on top of my channel, do subscribe, and I hope you found the video useful. Thanks for watching. Cheers.